Sliotar mum. It's important to call her the Sliotar mom.
Mom,
not
that's very
mum.
important. That's very important.
Yeah.
No, so what I've always been intrigued. I'll tell you what really, one of the things that's fascinated me over the years is, you know, how Dalkey, or my neck of the woods, became the cradle of hurling in Ireland.
Yes.
Okay? How...
An unlikely marriage of...
A place that never... When I was a kid, nobody ever hurled in Dalkey. And the last 2 years, Dalkey has become the club hurling champion of all Ireland. Coola. So I thought, this is really weird. And I went to Coola to investigate what was going on, right? And then I saw her. I
saw her standing there.
I saw her. She's coming out of a Nissan Qashqai, okay? She has a clipboard. She has the 3 kids in the back, Evine, Tig and Satanta, okay? And she's got one of those I'd like to see your manager hairdos. You know that do, right? The big do, right? And you know that this is a woman who could easily negotiate the ceasefire in Yemen on her own before her granola in the morning, right? She is the secret weapon of the GAA. This, right? And nobody crosses this lane.
No, Sliotar mom.
Sliotar mom. And see, what happened was, I was looking in America, when Clinton was voted in the 90s, the Americans, basically the American population was like 48% Democrat, 48% Republican. They were looking for who's in the little bit in the middle, because if you can get the little bit in the middle, you win.
Takes over.
And the Americans had this idea of the soccer mom. And the soccer mom used to ferry her kids around everywhere.
Yeah.
And we have the same, but she's the Sliotar mom.
Yeah.
And she's a GAA, she is the queen of suburban GAA. And when I looked at it, she's also married to a guy who is, you might see them if you go to any mountainous place outside the city on a Sunday morning, you see a slightly overweight man on a very light bike, you know? And the ratio of man to bike has to be 100 kgs of man to 10 kilograms of bike. Okay, that's the ratio. And he is dad bod. He got really freaked out. He was at work, and somebody said, "Look, I think you're getting a little bit porty, my friend." So he's now become obsessive. He's doing Ironmans, which is always a very bad sign, right? Yeah.